I can't even think in terms of the concept of not loving nature. It has always been integrated into my life.
Me being out in nature really calms me, and I can collect my thoughts. It's very peaceful for me. That's where I get away. It kind of revitalizes me. It gives me a little spirit of calm. I love the beauty of it, the different flowers. So it almost just establishes kind of a rhythm for me in a sense.
We've been working with Mighty Acorns for 6 or 7 years at Clifford Johnson Elementary, and it has been so good to our science curriculum. It's a direct correlation with plants and ecosystems, and it really makes science come alive, much more alive than I can ever make it in the classroom or with a textbook.
I've always had a passion and a love for the outdoors. I think it stemmed from my youth on a farm in Iowa, and so I've always had a love for the outdoors and the plants and the animals that define the outdoors.
It's a wonderful, wonderful place to live. You look outside and it calms you.
We feel strongly about preserving this area, and the conservation easements and the Conservation Foundation has really been important to us from the standpoint of saving our neighborhood.
The people that think that by themselves that they can't make a difference, I kind of always had the philosophy of light. And if you take one little candle and set it alone in the darkness, then that's true, it doesn't illuminate. But if you take 1,000 little points of light and coalesce it together, it makes a bright illumination.
When we started the Prairie in '99, all of a sudden things started to show up. Bees, dragonflies, butterflies, it's alive with life. And the fact that you know you've given that life a place to live and expand, multiply, it's tremendously satisfying.
Actually, less than 15 acres of forested fen survive in the entire state of Illinois. And for the calcareous seeps behind me, only about 16 acres. So these are very rare wetlands, rare beyond almost any measure. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has described these wetlands as the most unique wetlands in the entire continental United States.
Over the 6 years that we've been working in the Prairie, we've really done a great job of opening up a huge area, and now it looks like a prairie again.
I can do what I can do in my little corner. It's not going to solve all the problems that we have in the western suburbs, but each little part contributes to a greater picture. And I feel that my little part is contributing along with the hundreds and hopefully thousands of other people that are doing the same to contribute to a mosaic of little patchwork.
I think probably for us, there's nothing as gratifying as a wonderful natural area that's just teeming with life.
When we go outside with Mighty Acorns, not only do they enjoy themselves immensely, they goof around with their friends, they have a good time, but they get some time to actually relax outside, which is so nice because these days with our curriculums, we're just pushing. And this gives us a way to still learn in a different place, the things that we need to learn for science, but outside where it really comes alive.
When you restore land, you get this feedback that says, I love you back. And I always feel that when I'm working on this land, that it appreciates every little thing that you do for it in a positive way.
And you see these beautiful ecosystems all working in their own way with the myriads of different forms of life, of plants, of animals, of insects. It really takes all your troubles and worries away for a moment and lets you focus on something outside yourself, something greater than yourself.
We have created a community And it's come from trying to protect our property. And so this has brought us together, and we've just all become very close friends.
And just the kids enjoy it so much, working that piece of land. They've taken some ownership of it. It's theirs now. It's their prairie, and they know how to work in their prairie.
People frequently ask me, why is it important that we protect these sites? And I think that as a society, we have an obligation to pass them along to future generations to learn from.
That they have to do something in order to maintain that. That it's just not always going to be there for them to enjoy. And I think ultimately that's what I want them to learn, is that this earth is theirs and it's theirs to take care of as well.
It's such a joy to see our grandbabies out in our yard building snow forts and just being creative in the woods like I used to be.
I do this not only for my own enjoyment, but also for the generations to come, basically to be good stewards of the land. And that stewardship really needs to be done today. It needs to start now.
One thing with Helen, our neighbor who has since passed away also, her reason for getting a conservation easement was she wanted the trees to be her legacy. And that's what she said, very straightforward. That was her main goal. And that was just so inspiring for all of us.
And so now this site has been dedicated as a nature preserve. It took collaboration and it took commitment from a number of organizations, and one of them was the Conservation Foundation.
I can't with a clear conscience go out and enjoy the beauty which other people have worked hard to preserve and not contribute to that myself.
And so in order to keep up this fabulous work, we have got to build our membership, and we've got to build our base of support so that we can finance all of these incredible programs, whether it's education, land preservation, restoration, the whole idea of bringing nature home, our wonderful Conservation at Home program. I feel that every dollar that comes into the Conservation Foundation is a dollar that is well spent.
I've known this place for 30 plus years. I've known it in each of its seasons, and so it's been quite a journey, and one that not only has been professionally rewarding, but one that has been very personally rewarding as well. What we've been able to do is save this place. So,